night, comfortable night, and you're prepared for this new trading day. It's another sunny day, especially here in Bavaria, and I'm looking forward to share my knowledge and my experience with you in this morning show. First of all, I want to say thank you to Admirals that we can do this every morning, Monday to Friday. It's very important to have this continuously routine to show you how important it is to have a kind of working style, to do every day the same thing, because routine is a very important thing for your own trading success. Because as long as you are kind of excited in trading, you have a long way to go. My teacher taught me years ago when he said, Marcus, if you are boring, or if you are bored in trading, then you're way on your success. And today I can say trading is extremely boring, but very successful, because what's your job? Your job is to draw the trend, to find a signal, to manage your trade, not to interpret, not to analyze something else, just do your job. And this is really cool. This is boring, yeah, but this is successful on the long run. So we stream this show on YouTube at the same time. If you want, you can check it there. And there's a button in the right corner on YouTube. Click on it, then you can subscribe to the channel. You can give us a like. You can leave a comment below or in the chat here right now on this live mode. Thomas, good morning. Daniel, Jenny, good morning. On my way, good morning. Afshin, Vladimir, nice to have you here on YouTube. So let's share my screen with you here on Zoom also. So now let's see, where is my lovely Zoom family? Del, Janos, Sigurds, good morning. Magdolna, Jeseng, Raquel, Jens, Hartmut, Karel, Remo, good morning. So nice to have you here. And really, really cool. Andreas, oh, nice to have you here. New name. Thanks for being here and joining. Good, wonderful, good morning too. Okay, so let's see the chat. Okay, that's cool. So in my slide, you can see on the bottom the risk note. Please be aware that you're responsible for your own trades. Then we wanna have a look at our top instruments: lightning fast execution, low spreads, and a toolkit for active day trading. Especially you work with the stereo trader, and I want to show you today a little bit about the stereo trader for MetaTrader 4 and 5 too. And we have Bitcoin, DAX 40, Dow Jones, Euro USD, and gold. And actually, we have running trades in Bitcoin and in Euro, by the way. Okay, so let's see our analytics. Oh, Nestia, there's a question. Do we have a visitor today? I'm not sure. I couldn't see anything anywhere. Maybe you can help me out here today. So top news from yesterday: Adobe posts higher first quarter profit revenue. Then Total Energies to stop buying Russian oil by the end of 2022. This is really interesting. And then Evra says coupon payment has been settled. And next top news: ArcelorMittal removes Russian commodities from supply chain. Novartis suspends investments, other business activities in Russia. And BNP Paribas to stop new business in Russia. Okay, the sanctions are growing. And I guess this is the only thing how the world can stand together to stop the stupid war in Russia and Ukraine. Okay, thanks, Nessia. Thank you very much. Okay, so in case you want to follow us more closely, then it's really cool. If you check it out here, the channel in Telegram, Admirals channel, you will find here a lot of things, interesting things, live trading now, and all the other webinars we have also. For example, today we have an interesting webinar from Paul, and he's talking about why is the US dollar so important in trading FX. If you want, then you can follow Paul this afternoon too, and Jens on Friday. If you're more a fan of Twitter, then you can follow Admirals Global on Twitter too. And my name is Daytrader70. And in case you want to go deeper in logic with trading with logic, then you can go on my homepage and grab the course Trading with Logic, the world's first trading education based on pure logic. It's what we are talking here every day. So let's go to DAX 10 minutes. And you see that's the current trend. So first of all, where we are, point of control is actually 14,345. So we reached the edge of the fair price zone. You see the price exactly where rejected at the unfair price zone, the border, the edge between fair and unfair price. And this is really important, really interesting. And here you can see that's the trend. And in case you entered here yesterday, you could trail your stop loss and now you're deep in profit and maybe now you are out. In case you work with a soft stop, then you should wait until you have closed below the purple line. Then you can trail your hard stop and then you're out. And then let's see if you see a new downtrend. Let's see. That's DAX 10 minutes. And you see, again, trend following. Really, really cool thing. I love it, by the way. Now let's come to the top instruments of Admirals. And we start with Bitcoin. And in Bitcoin, we still have a running trade. And we are waiting to continue the trend. So this is the trend, the green one. We are waiting to reach the point 2 and furthermore to see reach the point of control. Let's see. It could be possible if the price will remain at this price zone 41,900 roundabout. You see, there's a high volume zone at 41,838 roundabout. And if the price will remain there for a couple of periods, it could be possible that the point of control, which is actually here, switch to the lower side. This is normal behavior because we are in the red zone already. There can happen everything, but it's not a part of the rules, which is really important. Not a part of the rules. It's just a kind of orientation and important for your trade management. Yeah. Okay. So great. Then next one is Euro USD. And here we are. I had a small loss because I cut the loss. I realized I'm in the wrong bus, but maybe now the bus driver turned again. I can see this is a new chance. So therefore I set a new pending order on the way up to continue the trend and to reach the point of control. Actually here at round about 110, I don't know what is it exactly, I don't care. 110.50. I have a new pending order because actually we are still in the second trend arm, no trend continuation. And you know, second trend arm is the first possibility or the first opportunity to grab a new trend. And then let's see how far it will go. Next one, top instrument is Dow Jones. And in Dow Jones, we have a trend right now. And the trend is this one. That was the first trend arm. So that was a kind of the second one. Then we reached the point of control again. And that's the third one. And now we are trying to continue the trend. It's not happening right now, just we need a clear close above, and then we can see a new trend continuation. So what is really important here to see is where we are and where we went back. You see, unfair price, it will take time, but finally back to the fair price. This is for a trade management really important. So for trade management, therefore important in case you are trading in direction of the point of control, you can be a little bit more generous in handling your trade. If you're trading against the point of control, you should be a trade a little bit more carefully with your trades, for example. Then let's check DAX 40 in 4-hourly chart. And here the trend is continuing. Really cool. You see, trend is continuing here. And that was the first trend arm. That was the second trend arm. Now the third one. And you see going up again. And here is the point of control, 15,724. And I'm quite sure we'll reach it. Let's see. Then we came from the green zone and go back to the red zone. This is really important. Because, you know, we trade prices and not DAX 40. We trade the price of DAX, or one contract DAX 40 or one CFD, for example, the price of this. And, you know, prices follow the behavior to get expensive or cheap, but also to get fair valued. And this is also the behavior in every underlying you trade at the stocks or in the exchange. So finally, gold price, and I should check it in 1 hour. Okay, I can do this. In 1 hour, yeah, we have the same picture already because it's a trend. And also go back to the point of control. Point of control is 15,944. And here was also the trend. It's indeed an old trend. So first trend arm. So second one, entry possibility here, cool. So, and then next one, yeah, there was no trend continuation here. Therefore, this is one. It's the same picture, like in 4-hourly chart. You see, time frame doesn't matter. It's important to see about the trend. So here was a little bit kind of possibility here, opportunity to go long there. Yeah, that's the same picture in hourly chart. So let's go to gold. And in gold, I have a pending order because point of control is $1,780 roundabout. And this is my trend, first trend arm. And here we are on the second trend arm. We are going to continue. So in case you opened your trade a little bit higher, then you have your stop loss above the last 0.3 with a question mark here, and just wait. Actually, there's nothing to do. In case the price will go up with a trend candle, then you can close it. You can trail your stop loss lower and cut the loss. But be prepared in case there is a new signal that you don't miss a possible trend continuation to the lower side. Cutting the loss is very important, really, but never miss the re-entry in case the signal is still there. And actually, the signal is still there. Therefore, I have a pending order below this price, $1,909 by one contract. So let's see if we see the trend continuation. This is gold. Before we come to the running trades, there's one question. DAX 40 forager, we are at 0.2 in the third arm is correct. It's worth to enter here. Yeah, third trend arm is also possible because the point of control is far away, you know, maximum fourth trend arm. Okay, so before we come to the running trades, we have the question of the day. And the question of today is, do you need more than one strategy for your trading success? What do you think? Do you need more than one strategy for your trading success? So first, yes, of course, I do. Or no, I'm in one strategy is enough. Or maybe you have to think about what is a trading strategy at all. So make your choice. So let's go to the rest of the running trades. And let's start Australian dollar Swiss franc. Finally, we got a new 0.2, which means if you want, you can trail your stop loss, or you just work with a soft stop at the last 0.3 and you are so far in profit. That's really, really cool. This is a very good example what I'm talking about for trend following. Yeah, trend, let it run. You can never know how far the trend will go. You will never know how many trend arms you will have. This really, really cool. So Bitcoin we talked about already. Just waiting. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, also just let it go. We sold already half the position, stop losses in profit, and everything is fine. You see, it's really, 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 really cool stuff. So just let it go. Maybe we will see a new trend, and then we can trail a stop. Everything is fine. Now, Euro Japanese yen. Oh my gosh, that's really cool. So you see, we get a new point two. Now we can trail the soft stop. Hard stop is in profit. Trail the soft stop if you want, because 4-hourly chart, there is no reason for rush or in her getting in a hurry. Something like this. So work with a soft stop. What is a soft stop? It's just a mental stop. Huh? Ah, okay, that's cool. That's a kind of mental stop. Set an alarm, because you know some spikes at the 0.3 will get you out, and then the price turns and it's going in the previous correct direction. That's yeah, that's really, yeah, it's cool. British pound, Australian dollar, one of the last charts. We are in loss actually. We are circling around the entry. We grabbed the chart very deep in the correction. Stop loss is below the last 0.3. So just for the moment, let it go. British pound, Swiss franc, you see, this is what I'm talking about, how important it is to work with a soft stop. You see, they checked the 0.3, but turned, more buyers came back in the green zone, especially deep in the green zone. And now we are back on track. So that's the point of control on the upper side. So I did this morning because we reached a 0.2 again, and we reached almost, as I promised yesterday or predicted yesterday, we reached a point of low. So therefore I trailed my stop, my real stop, hard stop into profit, so I cannot lose money. So how will I react when the price is going down and get me out? First of all, super, I don't have a loss. That's the point. And we are on the third trend arm, which means we can do it again. Yeah, we can do it again. British pound, yeah, we have a new 0.2, which means we can trail the stop closer, and this is fine. So just let it go. We have enough space to go up to the point of control. New Zealand Canadian dollar, it's a long. The short trend we closed because the price is still going up. Therefore, it's a long position, also hedging, and close the trend, close the position if you see it's not working for you. New Zealand Swiss franc, yes, we can trail the next stop loss. This is a perfect example, another perfect example for trend following. And that's a big challenge in trading, I know, not to interpret, not to analyze, just following the trend as long as it's running. And you see, we must be grateful for every correction. We need corrections. Without a correction, there cannot occur a trend. So be happy if you see a correction, because every correction brings new buyers into the market and is responsible for the next move. Next one. Last one, US dollar. Oh my gosh, that's awesome, really awesome. Actually, yeah, we have a new 0.2. We're waiting for the next correction. This is another perfect example for trend following. Really, really, really cool. So I hope you really awesome. Actually, yeah, we have just a moment. I hope you will be a part of one of those, or maybe of all of those trades, because then you can see. Look at this one. We covered 40,000 euros back. And remember, end of December, or beginning of December, we were down at 1,200 euros. After 3 months, look at this one. We are back at 4,000 euros. And if we do this for the rest of the year, and I pray that Admirals give me the chance to have this webinar for the rest of the year too, I'm quite sure, I'm really quite sure that we go back to 10,000 euros, at least on track to this. That's really, really cool. So you see, we are in profit with 1,600 euros for the moment. But this is the equity. It's really, really cool. And this is the logical consequence. The logical consequence if you stick to the rules and if you follow the 4 magic L's. We have a visitor today, and I'm really happy that we can talk to Paul this morning. Paul, are you with me this morning? Where are you? I hope so. Here we go. There we go. Good morning, Paul.
Good day. Good morning, Marcus. How are you?
I'm really fine, as always. You know, it's a question of attitude. But you look good also. How are you this morning?
Attitude, Marcus.
So, how are you this morning?
Very well. It's a beautiful morning here in the UK. So it's yeah, that always helps, doesn't it? The mornings are lighter. It makes it a little bit easier in the morning.
Yeah. Sun is shining. It's thanks God, this winter is going and summer is coming back a little bit.
Exactly.
So, Paul, when did you start with your trading in the morning?
Trading in the morning, crikey, that would be 15 years or so ago, maybe even longer. A long time ago, back when I was young.
So do you have a kind of day of a trading routine? When do you start in the morning? Around about 7 or 6 o'clock in the morning?
It's later now than it used to be. It used to be 5:30. I'd start, but nowadays it's more about 7 in the morning and stuff. So it's and then just have a simple routine, to sort of get me into that. That actually helps. It's that kind of it's the discipline, right? It all adds up. Having just a simple routine to be able to follow, to get myself into the right space, to be able to trade well.
Do you think it's very important to have a routine, a daily routine?
Yeah, totally. It just makes it a bit easier. It just makes it a little bit, it's about being consistent and about being disciplined. And I find a routine just makes that just a little bit easier. It makes it a little less painful. It makes it a little bit easier, especially when it's, when it's kind of dark winter mornings, all right, okay, and you don't really particularly want to get out of your bed and go and trade at sort of 5 in the morning. Just having that kind of routine, those habits that kick in, it helps you enormously.
Great. So, Paul, you prepared a lovely webinar this afternoon. So, what you can tell to our listeners? What will they expect from your webinar this afternoon?
Sure, yeah. We're going to talk about the role of the US dollar in financial markets, and in particular FX markets. So we'll talk about why is it so important, right? What is it actually used for? Not just FX transactions, what the kind of future holds for it, and also how you could look to actually trade it. All right, if you're a new trader, or even an advanced trader, how you could actually utilize that to basically build a routine, right? And also how you could focus on it to utilize it in your own trading.
Okay, that's really cool. It's interesting. We know the US dollar is the leading currency on this planet Earth. Do you think the US dollar could be replaced from another currency in the next years?
Well, I'd never say never, but I don't foresee it happening anytime soon. I don't. It might happen later on in the century, but I think I'll have other things to worry about then. But yeah, I don't foresee it happening anytime soon.
Okay. So what's your do you trade Bitcoin or cryptos?
Not particularly. No, not particularly. Maybe here now and then, but I know where my strengths lie. And I follow crypto. I have some crypto, invested, but I don't actively trade crypto. Do you, Marcus? Okay. I didn't think you were an active crypto trader.
Yeah, I'm long in Bitcoin for the moment, but just it's about the rules, not that I'm familiar with any Bitcoin, something like this. We will see if they will survive on the long run, this kind of cryptos. It's interesting. Some countries like El Salvador, for example, they accepted as a main currency the Bitcoin. Maybe we will see if this is a wise decision. That's could be really interesting.
It's a pretty high risk strategy by them. I think is it Honduras as well, El Salvador.
Yeah, also, yeah.
I think so. Then you look to it, it's a high risk strategy that you know. Yeah, we'll see. Ask us in 10 years how that's worked out.
Let's see. Guys, in the chat, you will find the link to the webinar this afternoon. Paul is talking about the dollar in the FX. So I have a last question for you, Paul, because you're a very experienced trader. There are a lot of YouTube videos outside there, and people used to tell, so the beginners, news are really important, and news are yesterday I heard some video. I saw some video. Guys said news are a fact, and it's not to interpret. What do you think? Is this true, or is news always a kind of interpretation?
So was he talking about economic news, or was he
just fundamental news? Yeah.
The economic news is fact. I think that for the most part, the fundamental news, the economic news, that data can be massaged to basically to fit a narrative, to fit a broader, wider story, and so it's a case of I would treat it with a pinch of salt, most of it, but actually ultimately as a trader, I don't really care that much what the news is. Not really, I do care, but mostly I only care about how the market reacts to the news. That's actually all I think about. I don't have the kind of the headspace, as a private trader, to basically spend all my time analyzing all sorts of economic data and stuff. Just I don't have the capacity for that. All I'm interested in is how does the market react to the news, and that is what I can trade.
That's really interesting. If there were no interpretation, then everybody would trade the same way. Yeah. But then we don't have any trades.
Exactly. It's in the interpretation that makes a market, isn't it?
Yeah. Without any interpretation, we cannot trade, because the trade is always buying and selling. That's a logic beyond why I say it's always the interpretation of any kind of news. That's really cool. But there are really, it's a funny point, but really people used to tell there is no interpretation about fundamental data. So, and that's the logic beyond I would say it's an argument it's a death argument. For example, if you say, okay, come on, there must be interpretation, because without an interpretation, there's no trading.
Totally. Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, totally. I'd agree with you on that, Markus, totally.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy that you agree with me in this part.
It happens now and then, Markus.
Sometimes it happens. Well, thanks a lot. I wish you a lot of fun in your webinar this afternoon, and I'm quite sure a lot of people will join this, and my students here also. You can learn a lot of things from this experienced trader, Paul. Thanks for your time this morning. I wish you a wonderful sunny day, and maybe we'll see each other in 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, look forward to it, Markus. Have a good day.
So, thank you. And to all my students, have a nice day. And as always, have courage and be kind. And may the force of the rules be with you. See ya.